Sam Elliott's presence is immediately recognizable. From the gravelly timbre of his voice to his piercing gaze, he embodies the essence of the American West. His roles carry a weight beyond dialogue, a quiet intensity that leaves an impression long after the scene ends. Elliott doesn't just perform a character, he inhabits it fully, bringing authenticity, patience, and a lifetime of internalized experience to every portrayal. Whether in westerns or contemporary dramas, he communicates resilience, loyalty, and integrity without fanfare. His aura stems not from bravado, but from decades of observing, enduring, and learning to carry both visible and invisible burdens. Audiences feel the gravity of what he conveys, understanding that his strength is quiet, cumulative, and profoundly human. This is the man behind the iconic image, a life shaped by silence, discipline, and the unyielding passage of time. Early life and roots. Born on August 9, 1944, in Sacramento, California, Sam Elliott's upbringing was framed by discipline, silence, and an understated form of resilience. His mother, Glennie, a former state diving champion, and his father, Henry Nelson Elliott, a predator control specialist, modeled a life where precision and quiet vigilance were central. Both parents hailed from El Paso, Texas, carrying strength that needed no words. Elliott's childhood was marked by subtle expectations rather than overt encouragement. When he expressed an early desire to act, he met restraint, not support. Yet, it was within this environment that he absorbed endurance and self-reliance. His formative years, from Sacramento to Portland, Oregon, shaped his understanding of silence as a tool for survival, teaching him when to speak and when to hold back. These lessons laid the foundation for a career built on understated power and emotional authenticity. Confronting loss and carrying silence. The death of Elliott's father during his late teens profoundly impacted him. At 18, he faced the sudden absence of a figure whose judgments had lingered without resolution. This loss left him confronting silence and unresolved tension that could not be articulated or reconciled. Elliott carried this absence, internalizing it in a way that influenced both his personal life and professional ethos. Rather than breaking him, it solidified his capacity to endure and to observe. The experience taught him that some truths exist only in quiet persistence. His acting career later mirrored this principle. He showed up, engaged, and carried the weight of scenes without expectation of recognition. This early confrontation with grief and unresolved connection became a silent guide in every role he inhabited. Early education and searching for purpose. Elliott's early academic pursuits at the University of Oregon reflect a young man searching for direction and identity. Studying English and psychology, he sought frameworks to understand both the world and himself. Yet the classroom could not contain his internal questions. After 2 terms, he left school, feeling that remaining would erase his individuality rather than nurture it. His departure was not due to inability, but a refusal to suppress his instincts. This period of searching highlighted his commitment to authenticity over convention, an ethos that would define his approach to acting. Elliott's choices reflect a young man learning that personal integrity often demands risk, solitude, and persistence in the face of uncertainty. Entering the world of acting. Elliott's introduction to acting was gradual and unspectacular. Early experiences, such as performing in Clark College productions like Big Jewel and Guys and Dolls, offered moments of quiet affirmation rather than fame. A local critic's praise gave him validation, not in applause, but in recognition of presence and fit. Los Angeles, by contrast, presented relentless labor, monotony, and near invisibility. Jobs with no acknowledgement taught him endurance and humility. These experiences were foundational. They instilled patience and an understanding that showing up consistently mattered more than immediate reward. Elliott learned to inhabit spaces fully without external validation, preparing him for a career defined by subtle but enduring influence. Years of quiet persistence. From the late 1960s through the 1970s, Elliott navigated minor, often uncredited roles, including his first exposure on the set of Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid in 1969. Standing alongside Robert Redford yet unnoticed, he absorbed the rhythm of professional filmmaking. These formative experiences reinforced a critical lesson: presence alone is not enough. He returned to small roles repeatedly, developing craft, patience, and an understanding of timing. This persistence in the absence of acknowledgement became Elliott's hallmark. He did not seek immediate recognition but built a foundation of reliability, consistency, and depth. Over time, this quiet diligence translated into a career where every scene carried authenticity and weight, reflecting years of unseen dedication. Breakthroughs and recognition. Elliott's breakout moments were the product of decades of preparation and endurance. Commercial work, such as the Falstaff beer advertisement, hinted at his screen presence, but substantial recognition was slower. His performances in I Will Fight No More Forever, Gettysburg, and Tombstone revealed a mastery of restraint, authority, and subtle power. He didn't dominate scenes, he anchored them. Elliott's work in The Big Lebowski demonstrated versatility, merging humor with the gravity of presence. Across these roles, the distinction between performance and lived experience blurred. The audience responded not just to the character, but to the reality Elliott brought to the screen, refined over years of observing, persisting, and silently carrying weight. Personal life and choices. Elliott's personal life reflects the same deliberate, measured approach as his professional career. His marriage in 1984 was built not on a narrative of fresh beginnings, but on integrating into existing histories and respecting boundaries. He navigated relationships with patience, attention, and integrity, prioritizing presence and consistency over dramatics or control. These choices mirrored his work ethic: deliberate, quiet, and unyielding. By honoring the past while participating fully in the present, Elliott demonstrated a maturity and depth that informed both his life and art. He understood that resilience and commitment often involve holding space rather than claiming it. Mastery through silence. Elliott's craft matured into an unparalleled understanding of presence, timing, and restraint. In films like We Were Soldiers, Hulk, and The Hero, he brought gravitas without theatrics, allowing silence to carry narrative weight. His performances communicated emotion, authority, and tension without excessive dialogue, reflecting a lifetime of observing human behavior and enduring internal struggle. Elliott's approach demonstrates that mastery is less about external recognition and more about fidelity to experience. By trusting quiet moments, he created performances that linger long after the final frame, cementing his reputation as a performer who transforms subtlety into profound storytelling. Legacy and enduring influence. Sam Elliott's legacy is defined by patience, endurance, and unwavering authenticity. His career is a testament to the power of showing up, learning from repetition, and carrying unseen burdens with integrity. Recognition, including later accolades such as an Academy Award nomination, acknowledged what had long been established: a career built on depth, presence, and enduring influence. Elliott's work continues to inspire, reminding audiences and actors alike that true impact is not measured by immediate visibility, but by the lasting weight of quiet consistency and honesty. He exemplifies a life where strength is internal, resilience is cultivated in silence, and legacy is carried forward not through spectacle, but through unwavering presence. Conclusion: the quiet power of Sam Elliott. Sam Elliott embodies a rare intersection of endurance, skill, and authenticity. His career, from uncredited beginnings to celebrated roles, illustrates the cumulative power of persistence, subtlety, and self-awareness. Every pause, gaze, and line reflects decades of observation, endurance, and personal experience. His presence carries the ethos of the American West, resilient, grounded, and unyielding, while remaining profoundly human. Beyond fame, he represents the quiet truth that legacy is built not in immediate recognition, but through consistent, disciplined dedication to craft and life. Elliott's story is a reminder that the most enduring influence often exists in the spaces between applause, in the silences that define character and truth.